What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pregame Live here on DSM Media. It is Dallas Week. Eagles, Cowboys preview coming your way. Keys to victory, best bets, player predictions, that and much, much more when we are back in 30 seconds.
Holding gets around in front.
And Philadelphia has it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to DSM Media as we are streaming to you guys live on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter channels. This is DSM Pregame Live. I am 1/3 of your trio tonight, Dylan Davis. You can find me on Twitter at DylanJD98. To my right, the host of Fairway to Heaven and Trending in the AM here on DSM Media, Phil Stifle. Check him out at Bearded Knowledge. And my man, the host of Scotty Talks NBA and my co-host on NFL Turf Talk, Scotty. Check him out on Twitter at Scotty Drown. You guys know the drill. If you're new to the channel, head on over to at DSM_media on Twitter. Hit that follow button. We greatly appreciate it. Check out the link tree in our bio. It'll take you to every platform we are available on. If you guys want to be interactive on today's show, head on over to the YouTube channel specifically. Hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 700. We appreciate each and every one of you, and that's where we can pull up your guys' thoughts, comments, concerns, and we got Cowboys fans in the house already getting ready to talk about this Cooper Rush-led Dallas squad. But fellas, how's your Sunday going? I know each and every one of us are having a brutal betting day. If anyone listened to Turf Talk this morning and listened to Scotty and I's picks, I hope you went the other way because the NFL is making 0 cents through 6 weeks thus far to me. So take that for what you will. Hopefully we can change this thing around tonight.
The one constant, though, with the NFL, no matter how bad the NFL has been this year, who's the only undefeated team at this point still? And that's, to me, the underlying thing. No matter how bad the NFL has been, the Jets are 4-2. The Packers are, 3-3. The Bengals can't win. So it's crazy.
The Bucks lose to the Steelers.
Lose to not even Kenny Pickett, to Mitch.
Dude, unreal.
Eagles are still 5-0, though, baby. That to me, the underlying consistent to the entire season so far.
100%. Scotty, you and I talk about that weekly, the inconsistency, the ups and downs where you can't figure out who's real and who's not through 5 through 6 weeks. But like Phil said, that one constant, that one consistent thing thus far is this team in green and at home tonight against their division rival. And you have to hope that they can continue to bring some consistency to us. And by the way, I know this is Eagles pregame live, but what a way to end maybe the greatest Philadelphia sports weekend of my lifetime. Guys, the Flyers are 2-0 over the weekend.
Right.
The effing Flyers.
Like, the Fly guys.
Philly hasn't experienced an L since Wednesday? Dude, like, this is the perfect opportunity. And I'll tell you what, you know, some of those Phillies players are going to be at the link. You know, they're going to show them on the big screen at one point or another. And that place is going to effing erupt. That's my biggest thing here, Scotty. Talk to me about what you expect. You saw the sold out Citizens Bank Park. It's Red October's a different monster. What is the link going to look like tonight? And I asked that because this is a different beast, a different animal for Cooper Rush and this Dallas Cowboys squad to come play in front of, with the division on the line through 6 weeks tonight.
I mean, it's going to be nuts, man. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be one of the more ruckus crowds this season so far, obviously. You're talking about there's going to be people that probably stayed there from the Phillies game last night and just stayed and tailgated for the Eagles today. They're probably still drunk, like our fellow DSM guy Gent. No, but it's going to be ridiculous out there. You know that these guys are going to be fired up tonight, and the Eagles, they're going to be fired up. They know what they're going out there to do tonight, and they know what pressure is on, right? The chips on the shoulders, the pressure's on the shoulders. It doesn't matter. These guys got the mindset to get through this type of environment, but they are going to be excited tonight because they want to follow up the Phillies. They want to follow up the Flyers. They don't want to be the team that loses this weekend. And then we got the Sixers starting on Tuesday. Philly Let's go. Tonight we
time.
continue it. Let's get this W tonight.
And Phil, talk to me. Obviously, Cooper Rush has to come in here and play against this crowd tonight, but Nick Sirianni, the pander that he is, we talk about the T-shirts and all that throughout the last year and a half. This dude's got to be running through brick walls wanting a W tonight. Like he feeding off of the weekend that the city's had. You know, he does not want to be that team to catch an L.
Like he feeds off the energy of the crowd, but the crowd feeds off the energy of him as well.
Right.
And so when you feel the passion from the players and the coaches, it makes you as the fans in attendance at home even that more, into it and that much more fired up. And, Cooper Rush, like you said, Scotty, I mean, he's never faced anything like this. And anybody that says a home field advantage does not factor into a contest, I mean, just look at that Phillies Braves series and how much that made a difference.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush, yeah, they beat the Rams last week, but they had one offensive touchdown last week.
Right.
This crowd is going to rattle, and they're going to feed off of Nick Sirianni. They're going to feed off of Brandon Graham. Fletcher Cox, if he makes a play, or Hassan Reddick gets a sack, they will feed off the players and the coaches, which is just going to make it so much harder for Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys.
So talking about the fan base and the fans in the stadium tonight, feeding off of that energy, getting amped off of that Eagles energy and how they come out to play. Key to victory, guys. Let's get into it. My first key, I'll throw it around to you guys. Setting a tone. Quick start. They're one in the same. So whether that is defensively or offensively. Scotty, I threw this to you the other day, and Phil, I want to get your thought on this. So part of this quick start setting the tone tonight, to me, is I want to see how this Eagles defense comes out and looks against the Dallas Cowboys offense, right? It's something I mentioned against the Cardinals as well. If the Eagles start out on defense and the D is able to get a 3-and-out or a quick stop, right? And here comes the offense. I'm slowing down that Cowboys defense. I'm keeping that offense on the sideline for as long as I can, and I'm starting the game off running the ball or attempting to establish the run down their throats. If Dallas has success and is able to go from the 20 to the 20 and finish it off with points, right? I'm coming out and I'm trying to establish Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
That's just the way I'm looking at this game. So setting a tone, quick start, kind of jumble that into one ball, but also how the defense starts off is huge to me tonight.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't know who was going there. Yeah.
Sorry. No, that's my bad.
Yeah, I saw your mouth open and like you're ready to go. Look, so the way they set that tone, something that I kind of have tweaked a little bit this week, and you want when you get that first stop on defense and you get that ball on offense, what the key to victory that's been talked to death this week is stopping Micah Parsons and stopping that front seven. You know how you do that? You set the tone on offense on that first drive. Bring that up-tempo offense into it right from the get-go. Don't wait. Like Nick Sirianni waits till they're struggling on offense to introduce that up-tempo offense and that up-tempo play calling and just Jalen Hurts on the go. Go right from the get-go. The way you could put that defense on the heels right away.
Right.
You can't
Don't let them substitute.
Don't let them substitute. Don't let them get any momentum. Go up-tempo right from the get-go on offense. Then if you want to settle it down, slow it down a little bit. Just going up tempo doesn't mean you can't run the football. It does not mean that you've got to, be airing the ball out. It just means you could just keep push, and it gets that defense immediately questioning themselves, immediately on their back feet.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing. Kind of putting all of what you guys have said together here. It has to be a quick start. This Dallas team is a team that has played from ahead in every game that they've won, right?
Yep.
They've never been down and have to air the ball out. We need to stop that run, first of all. Obviously, if we give them the ball first, shut that stuff down early, right? And then to you guys' point, starting quick, the up-tempo offense, I love it. Get the running game going. And you talk about Micah Parsons and his effect and what he can do in the game versus what the Eagles can do to counteract that. Kind of what you said there, Phil. Running the football, keeping them unbalanced. They don't want Mika in on rundowns. Mm-hmm. If they don't know what rundowns are, then there's nothing they can do. They want to get into a situation where they can put Mika out there on passing downs only, where he can just rush straight at Jalen Hurts. We got to erase that factor. But along with that, I know this Cowboys defense has been hyped up. They're a good defense. They have a great pass rush. The passing defense is good. It's solid. Overall, they're the 7th ranked defense in the NFL. They're the 19th ranked rushing defense in the NFL. That's bottom half. So run the football down their throats. We are one of the best, if not the best, rushing football team in the National Football League. Turn the tempo up, run the football down their throat, and just punch them in the mouth, out physical them. Our offensive line is better. Our defensive line is better. And let's go out there and show it. That's what we do. We win in the trenches. That's when the Eagles are at their best. And I know Jalen Hurts, he's going to have to make some plays with his arm tonight. I know that. But they can run the ball. They can dominate this game. And I think that's the key, man.
Set the tone with that run game, that up-tempo offense. And then that opens up that Jalen Hurts carrying the team with his arm.
Exactly.
It not only opens it up, Phil, what alleviates, what slows down a stellar pass rush? A running attack.
Absolutely. So I want to bring something up to you guys here that I noticed. I've been noticing it a little bit more the last couple weeks that I haven't noticed it since day one with Nick Sirianni. And it's something that when I first started my podcasting journey like 2+ years ago, it was around the time when the Eagles played the Rams and Matthew Stafford went Jared Goff and Tyler Higbee, they went off on us, okay?
Week 3,
game. That was like literally 4 or 5 weeks into my journey. And I talked about it then, that the Rams ran a very vanilla offense, but it was effective because they ran a lot of trickery before the snap. And I've noticed it now with the Eagles the last couple of weeks. They're running the same offense, but you're seeing A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith running all over the backfield. You're seeing guys start at the line, drop back into the backfield, jump back up to the line. They're running the same plays, but what they're doing is they're creating a little deception before the play, which causes So when you've got someone like Micah Parsons that wants to just blitz the quarterback, now he's like, oh shit, hold on, what's going on over there?
Well,
right.
That's something they've been slowly integrating more of, and I think against a team with a pass rush like the Cowboys, that is something you need to utilize a lot. Deception at the line of scrimmage to kind of set the tone there.
There's so much to unpack here, but one part that's going to alleviate that Micah Parsons, that DeMarcus Lawrence thing that we're talking about, it's not just the running attack, it's that RPO that the Eagles run to death and run so well. And if you I'm thinking back on who the Cowboys have beaten over the last 4 weeks, they haven't faced an offense like this. They haven't faced a mobile quarterback like Jalen. They haven't faced an offensive line or a running game like the Eagles have, and they haven't faced that RPO. And Phil, you're talking misdirection and pre-snap motion and getting their eyes moving, get caught peeking it somewhere that we want you to peek, right? That all plays into the RPO. And when Micah can't just bang, get right to where he wants to because he's got to watch the ball and watch Jalen and watch his hit, that changes everything. So expect a ton of that tonight. Abe chiming in. Feels like he's been high. It has been one hell of an amazing weekend, my man. Daniel, go Birds.
Yes, sir.
Kyle with the chant. I can't wait, man. But like I said, so much to unpack. That plays a role. Scotty, you brought up the trenches. To me, this is where this game gets decided because it sets up so much. You obviously had the Eagles offensive line trying to withstand that Dallas pass rush, right? Reversely, dude, stop the run. Like that make Cooper Rush beat you guys. I promise you, he can't.
Make him throw it down the field.
Do it.
Make him throw it down the field.
Get him into uncomfortable situations, 2nd and 11, 3rd and 8. Those scenarios where he has to make a play with his arm. He'll pick up a first down. It's going to happen throughout the course of a game. He'll pick up a 3rd and 9 to Noah Brown. Something will happen, but make him get into these uncomfortable situations. You know their formula. You know what they are trying to do tonight. Stack the box. Gannon, I don't care. You have to trust Bradbury and Slay and Gardner Johnson. Trust the corners and trust the secondary to stick man-to-man with these dudes tonight and focus on shutting down Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. I know we're talking about so much, but it's really that simple, man.
I mean, Cooper Rush, and I don't even think you need to stack the box, so to say. The Cowboys' offensive line is not elite. It's not what it used to be. I think with 5 guys, you could stack the box with a mere 5 guys and still get pressure and rattle Cooper Rush's cage. Because if you can get pressure with 5 guys, then you don't have to worry about Bradbury one-on-one or Slay one-on-one with CeeDee Lamb. There's 6 other guys that could drop back there. You could get pressure in the trenches with just 5 against this offense. Is Jason Peters really going to pitch a shutout tonight? Is he even playing tonight? I don't even know.
I think he is. He's expected to.
He's expected to play. I mean, that's how, I feel about their offensive line, where everyone talks about the Cowboys' front seven on defense against our offensive line. Well, I think our front five could do more damage than their front seven can against the offensive lines here tonight.
And I think that's a good point, Phil. Overall, for this game, holistically, how it's been covered throughout this entire week, it's been all about Eagles offense versus Dallas defense, but just no talk about the Eagles top 10 defense versus this bottom 5 Dallas offense. 27th ranked overall offense that Dallas is hoisting up here.
I think they have 7 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple formula.
Weeks.
You shut the run down early and just force them into a one-dimensional game. If Cooper Rush beats you live with that, right? Especially if you're hoisting up a top 10 defense. But no,
you show you a different
you guys are spot on.
And I feel, listen, I get it. And, it's coming from the Cowboys perspective, but he's right. He's made timely throws. He's playing serviceable football at that quarterback position right now. But that's the point. The second half of his comment, if the Cowboys get down early, setting that tone, starting early and getting an early lead, I don't think he can beat you in the air, through the air. I don't think it can happen. That's why when people
in the link.
The last 2-3 weeks, and when all these people want to have this conversation of should it be Dak's job? Stop, man. Stop it.
I know you guys had turf talk, but man, I had Sunday NFL Countdown, and they literally spent 15-20 minutes talking about whether Cooper Rush is going to take over as a starting quarterback for Dallas Cowboys. Are we freaking serious? We're talking about Cooper Rush here.
I mean, come on. And then on the other side of that, it's the matter of like thinking about, if Cooper Rush can make these throws, if Cooper Rush can do that, do this. Do we think that Jalen Hurts can't? Like, does Jalen Hurts have a less chance of having a good game tonight than Cooper Rush? Like, that's been the whole misconception this entire week. We're gonna see how it plays out, but I think this is just gonna be a little bit of a wake up call. If the Eagles are as serious as we think they are, as complete as we think they are, how they can win across all different avenues, they need to go out here and show up. It's going to be interesting because, like you said, Dylan, who's the best offensive line that the Cowboys have faced this season?
Right.
The Rams are beat up.
Washington.
The Bengals are beat up. The Giants do not have a good offensive line.
And we know how bad Washington's is with Wentz.
Right. Washington Commanders. Who's the best running team that they've played so far? The New York Giants, maybe?
And this isn't to discredit the Cowboys defense. Like, they're for real. If I think one thing positive about this Cowboys team, it is that their front seven, their pass rush is legit. But you're right. There's ways to alleviate that. So last piece of this, right? What do the Eagles need to do offensively? Blah, blah, blah. We talked about it earlier in the week, Phil, Scotty, me and you, the same thing. This game is just as much on Jeff Stoutland and Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen than it is the players in terms of putting together a game plan and an offensive scheme to prepare them and brace them for that pass rush. So there's things you could do. I do not want to see mano-a-mano, even though I think if there is an offensive line up for the task, it's ours. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see Jalen drop back, 5-step drop, deliver the ball, 5-step drop, deliver the ball. Throw an extra tight end on the edge of the line on Mika's side. Bring a running back down to chip. Yep. Move the pocket purposefully. Don't have Jalen going off script. Move it purposefully. Establish the run. Yeah. I wish. I don't know if it's just not part of their offense or if it's not a strong suit of Jalen's. I wish he could line up under center. I wish it was a stronger suit of his. Because against this team, especially with our offensive line, if you could line him up under center with 12 personnel, I believe they could run the ball all night long against Dallas.
No room for game wrecking.
Exactly.
Leaves no room for game wrecking. I agree.
Something that I constantly think of, like the pre-snap and post-snap, like the initial things. And I was talking about the deception. You talk about moving the pocket. Have we seen in the last year and a half? Like, we used to see it all the time with Carson and other quarterbacks in the past, where they would get the snap and the whole entire offensive line would slide to the right with the quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't think we see that.
We don't
with this,
because we rely. They expect.
The offensive line is a very mobile offensive line. You would think that they would be possible for doing that.
Because it's an expectation that Jalen's athleticism and his legs can alleviate that, and there's no need. But in a situation like this, when if they have a chance of beating you, it is like Scotty said the perfect phrase: game wrecking. Micah Parsons can be a game wrecker. DeMarcus
Yeah.
Lawrence can be a game wrecker. Don't allow that, man. And Phil, your point's perfect. Like, if Micah is lined up on the right side of the line of scrimmage and Jalen sees it, adjust the protection, diagnose the pre-snap, adjust it, bang.
Yeah.
Everyone's moving to the left, as is he. And that's how you get that thing going. And this is also a good point. Like there's wrinkles in the offense where it probably doesn't allow you to move the pocket and move the protection like that. But
I do want to, you pointed that this other comment by Drab here. It is a league of opportunity. I mean,
oh yeah,
we're sitting here bashing Cooper Rush and how bad he is. And look, they correct, Dylan.
He's not bad.
Eight touchdowns. The entire Cowboys offense has 8 touchdowns this year in 5 games. That's bad. But he is 4-0. So they are finding ways to win. Whether it's a good way, it's ugly wins, whatever.
For sure.
A win is a win. We see how bad the NFL is right now. That's how we opened the show talking about it. So he is 4-0. So we cannot take them lightly at all.
No, not at all. And that's another thing, Phil. Like, look, we do our weekly power rankings here at DSM. They found their ways into my what do we have them at, Scotty? 7, 6? Like they're I'm getting
I think Cowboys at 5, I think. And it's more because of the defense and the offense. But you know.
And let's be honest, if Dak was playing tonight, it's a whole different game, right? Like this, we're talking about Cooper Rush, and this should be an advantage, right? That's what we're talking about. And to you guys' point, just about kind of limiting the game wrecking ability, that goes along with winning the turnover battle. If you're going up against a team that has Cooper Rush at quarterback, you can't turn the ball over. You can't give them easy possessions on offense.
It's not so much winning the turnover battle, even though it's something we've kind of become accustomed to with this Eagles defense this year, which is a great surprise. It's not winning it, it's just keeping it 0-0. I will take a 0-0 turnover battle tonight because you said, Scott, do not give him a short field. Make him go 20 to play between the 20s. Field position as well. If they pin you deep, it is incredibly important to at least pick up a couple of first downs and not get pinned inside your own 10, punting from the goal line, bang, they're starting a drive at midfield. All of this, the little things tonight are going to show up so big. It's not going to be the glamorous Monday Night Football, Jalen dropping back question. Maybe. I just think it's going to be a dirty, hard-fought type of game tonight where both rushing attacks are going to have to get going, and we'll see.
Quick, I got another question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think, and we don't have to spend a lot of time on this, that the Eagles or the Sixers on Tuesday night see how great the Phillies are and how they've reinvigorated this city and this sports city for baseball? Do you think that motivates the Eagles? Like, we don't want to be bumped off the front cover. We don't want to be, we don't want to be the one that brings this city down. Do you think the Phillies' performance in the playoffs gives any form of motivation to the Eagles tonight?
It's good competition. I think back to that Monday night Vikings game. Who was there? Bryce was there. James Harden was there, right? And what were we saying? Like when the Phillies were kind of in that September woe, right? We're sitting here, look at this effing play. Like you don't think they want to play, and look at the taste of it that they got, and look how they responded to it. So I think it's friendly competition. I think it's good competition to want to outdo each other. Say teammates, right? If Bryce goes up to the plate and he gets on deck and JT hits, a double, obviously team helps, but Bryce wants to go out there and do something similar, if not take one over the right field wall.
We've got stars in this city now, man. Like like they are competing for the spotlight, not just as teams, but as players themselves, right? If you want to be the face of this city, Embiid, Bryce Harper, these guys are up there competing for the face of this city, and they're all doing a great job. You want one of these Eagles, or if not all of these Eagles, to put themselves in that conversation. Make sure everybody knows they're just as serious as these other teams here in Philly. So I think that's a great point. Don't be the letdown. That's a good motto for tonight.
Team. The other comment there, it's not competition, it's motivation. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Fair.
It's motivating. They want to continue and then if the Eagles come out and win tonight, Tuesday night, the Sixers will be the same way. They're going to want to start their season strong. I think they all feed off of each other very well. There's only one back page of a sports paper now. I mean, it's all internet based now, but everyone wants to be on that back cover. Everyone wants to be the main story in Philly sports. So,
So, Scotty, you brought up star power in this city, and the Eagles acquired a star in a trade on draft night this offseason, and he is my focal point tonight. So I kind of want to get into players on both sides of the ball who just predicting will step up tonight. Phil and I had a good track record of it 2 weeks ago. Scotty and I the same again last week. Offensively, this is an AJ Brown show for me tonight. This is his not that he hasn't done enough, but this is his coming out party at the Link, primetime football against this division rival, against Trevon Diggs, right? Because you watch the 3 targets on the first drive last week and then doesn't have a catch for the rest of the game. They're running 12 personnel and he's not even on the field for 3 or 4 plays in a row at one point in the second half. Not a lot of sense. And I'm not worried. Like, remember week 1 with Devontae? Oh, Devontae didn't have a catch. I wonder how this is going to – it's none of that. It's not getting A.J. Brown the ball, but it's this. Attacking that man. He is a very good corner. I'm not going to dog him and overhype the training camp video like some people do. But he is an aggressive corner, and he lets up a ton of yards. The interception numbers were all really cool, right? He gave out the most yards of any corner of the NFL last season. Attack him. We watched those wide receiver bubble screens all week last week, right? If you want to throw 1 or 2 in early in the game his way, and once you see that lean, what's he want to do with that, Scotty? He wants to jump that SOB, and he wants to take it the other way. Play to that. Hit him with one of these. Hit Quez down the seam. Throw in these wrinkles off of the plays you already have installed. So attacking him, A.J. Brown, big night. And last thing, real quick, I'm not looking to get to A.J. Brown the ball in the long to intermediate routes. I'm looking week 1 Detroit, screen plays, quick slants, quick outs, stuff like that. Make Trevon Diggs in the secondary bring his big ass to the ground play after play because they're going to get tired of it. I promise.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you just said there. I actually don't have a quote-unquote player of the game on offense because I think this is going to be, Quez Watkins is going to have a catch. A.J. Brown, he's in my parlay as an anytime touchdown scorer. So I guess kind of, hope he gets zoned in on. But I think this is kind of because of the pass rush of the Cowboys, the Eagles just got to take what the Cowboys defense gives them. If A.J. Brown is open, if you get Quez Watkins to double move Stefan Diggs, whatever, if you get 60, 70 yards from Miles Sanders, whatever the defense gives you, that's what you have to take. So it's going to be more of a team, a team win. Yeah. There's going to be no game ball to one specific offensive player, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was actually feeling AJ in this game as well. So I'm with you, Dylan, as far as just getting him the ball and kind of emphasizing the dominance over Trevon Diggs. It's kind of a statement in a sense. But I also get what you're saying as well, Phil. If Trevon Diggs is on A.J. Brown, guess who's on Smitty, who's on Quez, who's on Goddard. So there's all types of angles they can go at around this game. I think the one consistent thing has got to be Miles Sanders, right? That's one thing that no matter how this game goes, Miles Sanders needs to have anywhere from 50 to 60 to 70 rushing yards in this game. He needs to have his 15 carries. He needs to be doing his regular work out of the backfield there. And he may be used in the passing game more tonight, right? If they're bringing pass rush, quick dump offs to Miles Sanders. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think, while there could be some really good boom or bust type of guys, A.J. Brown, I think, is the boom guy tonight. Goddard's another guy that I think can just be a boom tonight, right? But you can say that across the board for a lot of these guys. I think no matter what, consistency from Miles Sanders, run game, that all coincides together. And they have to show up tonight with the run game, Miles Sanders.
I already laid the anytime TD. Well. I already laid the anytime TD, Gint. It's already in for Quez. So I don't know.
I'm with it.
I'm just going to tell you right now, it's good to be a Dallas Goedert game because this is the first, what are we in, week 6? This is the first time I have zero action on Dallas Goedert. I don't have him on DraftKings lineup.
I only have him for 30
not on
yards. Any
of my parlays. I don't have him in a single thing. So that means Dallas Goedert will go off for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight. Guaranteeing it. Hey, Matt, just so you know, I got Quez Watkins in my main same game parlay. It's only over 20 yards, but I do have Quez Watkins having one big catch tonight. Whether it's a touchdown or not, I don't know.
I threw down anytime.
We have another AJ game. I love it.
I like it.
I love your point though, Scotty. I think AJ brings
Mahomes just got picked off.
No way. Those
drive,
two were
wow.
going at it again. I was just looking because obviously we've been on here for 30 minutes.
Sorry, I
but-
didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's crazy. Those two are going at it again, and it ends differently. So Scott, that'll be it'll be interesting for you and I to get into that in the future. But AJ or Smitty would be nice. But yeah, so I love the point that AJ is the energizer. AJ is the big play kind of guy to get this thing going. But Sanders, the rushing attack needs to be the calmness, the consistent, and don't get away from it, man. Like Nick, I know what we want to do. I know what you want to do, brother. You want to move the ball through the air, and I get it. Don't start out the game like you did last week with 22 passes and 4 runs. Don't do what you did in week 3 in Dallas of last week and run the ball 2 times the entire game. Don't do that, man. This is your strong suit. It's how you alleviate the pass rush of Dallas. Establish the run early. And congratulations on the win.
A great way to slow down a pass rusher, an elite pass rusher like Micah Parsons, is you run the ball right at him.
Right there.
Yep.
Right at Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
You make him make tackles. You make him get worn out. You make him get knocked over by Jordan Mailata if he's on that side. You pancake him.
Yeah.
That is how you establish dominance, but you also wear the guy out. You run right at Micah Parsons. He tries to run out wide to get a blitz. It leaves a huge lane for Miles Sanders right there.
Jordan Mailata back. Landon Dickerson, Isaac Seumalo, A-OK. Avonte Maddox back. Jake Elliott, I am pretty sure, is back.
Jake Elliott's huge as well.
No Dalton Schultz tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's something to pay attention to.
Yeah, my man Kyle wants to know where you got that flag.
It's a flag. I'll have to look it up. It's like a very specific site. My one friend got it for me. He actually lives in Colorado, but I'll definitely hit you up, Kyle, and let you know exactly where I got it.
And this is the main point, Abe. So we're gonna find out, man. We have less than an hour. Probably got about 45, 50 minutes to go. And it's Dallas week, fellas. So with that being said, it is time for player predictions and best bets because good.
Sweat strip sack. I just wanted to call that here. I got Sweat. I'm thinking he's coming off my side with Jason Peters. So I got a Sweat strip sack. Kind of embarrassed Jason Peters a little bit.
I was going to say the same thing, but with Brandon Graham.
Okay, I'll wait. $5, Phil. Let's throw 5 on that.
I was going to say Brandon Graham was going to get the strip sack.
Because my other buddy thinks BG as well. So, hey, that either way with me. But I'll throw 5 against you, Phil. BG or Sweat, either one. Other guy pays 5. Maybe they both get one. Who knows?
Maybe they both get one. Yeah. There you
go. But into place tonight. So I did lay an anytime Quez Watkins touchdown. I believe it was plus 500 on DraftKings for Quez touchdown. I did opt into the boost, Scotty. So I did the AJ Brown. Yep, 40 plus each, which pains me because if Slay puts him in max security like he put Justin Jefferson in prime time, then that's really going to cost me some money. But I think you can slip and fall into that play tonight.
It's a win-win.
It's boosted to plus 100. And then here's my same game parlay. I have an AJ Brown anytime touchdown score. I have Dallas Goedert over 29.5 yards, AJ Brown over 54.5 yards, and Miles Sanders over 59.5 rushing yards. Boosted, that is plus 687 on DraftKings.
Nice.
I got one. Obviously I'm opted into the boost as well with the 40 yards. But you know what? I thought I was a sure bet with my boosted Travis Kelce anytime touchdown score today, and I donkeyed off some money right there. So I always get suckered into those. So I got a 6-leg parlay tonight. So I got AJ Brown over 64.5 receiving yards, Quez Watkins over 19 yards, the alternate receiving yards thing, 5+ receptions for AJ Brown anytime touchdown score, over 23.5 points for the Eagles, and I'm taking the Eagles minus 6.5.
Wow, what did you say those odds were?
Plus 1,300. I was out of boost for those, so I did not get any. That plus 1,300 does not include any boost because I used all the boost today, and I lost on every one of them.
We got an Hassan Reddick sack. We have an Eagles win, 31-24. The vibes are high. The whole D line.
Let's get it going. Yeah, there we go.
The whole D line's getting involved. Scotty plays for tonight.
Yeah, so I threw down on a Quez anytime. I threw down on the Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown as well. I do have a parlay. This is minus 120. Eagles money line straight, 199.5 plus for Hurts. Minus 120 for that. I have plus 330 for AJ touchdown, AJ 54.5 plus, and Goddard 29.5 plus. And then I'm also thinking about throwing down on an Eagles defensive touchdown.
We got
thinking
AJ
about
two tutties. Gint's telling everyone to lay the
Be right
Quest
back,
two.
fellas.
He's throwing in 2 Cowboys tutties. Gint definitely parlayed though, and he's hoping for those to come back. But Phil, with that being said, we've done the ins and outs. We've gone over the offensive side, the defensive side, given our best bets. Score predictions for tonight. Do the Eagles head into the bye week 6-0 with full control in the NFC?
Absolutely. So if you watch Trend in the AM, you know my prediction from Friday. But I don't even know if this is a bet. I haven't even looked for it to find out if it's a possible. Gint, maybe or Dylan, you can find it. Can you bet the Cowboys not to score a touchdown tonight? Because I don't have them scoring a single touchdown against the Eagles tonight.
Absolutely.
I think
you
can
can
bet it. I don't know what the odds are. I got 24-9. 24-9 Eagles win this game. They give up 3 field goals. The Dallas Cowboys offense cannot punch it in against this Eagles.
Any turnovers? Any turnovers for the Birds?
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not even worried about it. I mean, the Cowboys don't create a lot of turnovers, and the Cowboys don't turn it over much themselves. So this could be a low. There might be 1 turnover in this game combined, honestly, at this point.
I like it. I'm just thinking a Cooper Rush pick late in the game when it's 24-9. They're trying to move the ball down the field. I like it. Phil, Scotty, score predictions for tonight.
Yes. So I do have the Cowboys scoring a little bit more than what Phil has, and I may be being modest here. I have Eagles 28-17 tonight, 11-point victory. They're going to cover the spread. And ultimately, this is a statement game on national television. Like I said earlier, show the world what's up. Stop comparing us. Don't compare us to the Giants. Don't compare us to the Cowboys. Don't compare us to the rest of the league. This is a statement game tonight, and they're gonna win by double digits.
I like it, fellas. I can't lie. I like the Eagles to win tonight, too. I just think there's too much energy in this city within that locker room. Cooper Rush is not going to be the reason the Eagles lose this game, and I think that Jonathan Gannon and his defense show up in a big way and make him be the reason that the Cowboys win this game, and it will not happen. I think he definitely turns the ball over at the end of the game. I'm going to go with the Eagles 27. Feels like a lot. I like Phil's 24. I'll go 27. I'll go Cowboys 13. 27-13. I'll be utterly shocked if Dallas can find a way to move the ball up and down the field between the 20s. Unless they do what the Rams did with a block punt and a strip sack return to start the game, weird shit like that, I don't think they'll have much success. But you never know when it's Eagles, Cowboys.
Never know.
Bottom
Go
line.
Birds.
So we're sitting here, cover the spread, 10-point, 14-point win. Normally doesn't play out that way, fellas. But regardless of how they win, we were going to take it tomorrow morning. However, a statement win would be humongous tonight. Guys, that is
Get the W nonetheless. Get the W.
110%. That is going to wrap up this Eagles Cowboys DSM pregame live edition. DSM Media is brought to you by Gents Barber Lounge. Check out one of 2 great locations in Fishtown and Old City and book your appointment today. Gents owns the craft and it shows. Rated the #1 barbershop on Yelp in the Philadelphia area, having multiple award-winning barbers and being able to handle any style of cut, adult or kid. Here's a look at some of Gents' great work. Check them out at gentsbarberlounge.com to book your appointment today. Again, that is www.gentsbarberlounge.com. Also, check out our friends over at Luxodon at shopluxodon.com for 25% off of your total purchase. Use promo code DSM at checkout. Again, all capital letters, promo code DSM at checkout for 25% off and free shipping. Sing it, fellas. Go Birds. That's going to wrap it up.
Straight.
Talk to you guys tomorrow.